you're looking at it and you're saying that everything that's wrong with our culture is why I'm a success.
Wow.
So when I actually got a chance to talk to her, she was like, I never.
50 Cent said that he would work with Taraji after he seen the video of Taraji saying, you know, she had to fire her whole team after she done the Empire series for her character Cookie.
Oprah Winfrey is catching heat lately, and not the kind she wants. Taraji P. Henson shook the industry when she revealed she almost walked away from The Color Purple because of unfair low pay. Now, 50 Cent just made it messier, telling Taraji to ditch Oprah and roll with his own powerhouse team instead. Fans aren't letting this slide either, reminding everyone that 50 was one of the first to blast Oprah years ago, calling out her shady moves and accusing her of protecting white predators while tossing black actors aside.
That's Oprah.
That's Oprah. Okay. After the Oprah, and your cat's name is?
And then Gail.
Gail, okay, Gail.
50 Cent has been firing shots at Oprah for years, and he never let that feud rest. At one point, he even cranked his trolling all the way up, naming his dog after Oprah and his cat after her bestie, Gayle King. The jokes might have had people cracking up, but fans say the situation is no laughing matter anymore. They claim Oprah's so-called shady side runs deep, accusing her of secretly sabotaging countless black stars in the industry, and now folks are saying it's finally time she gets fully exposed. People are making serious noise about Oprah's shady side, accusing her of stepping on black entertainers just to reach the top. The whispers that Oprah isn't as sweet and pure as she pretends have been floating around the internet for years, and now they're heating up again. Why? Because Taraji P. Henson recently admitted she nearly walked away from Oprah's Color Purple remake after being hit with a disrespectfully lowball offer.
Every time she made a mention to hip-hop culture, it was something that was wrong with it. And it was something that was on my CD that was...
Taraji even questioned herself, saying, "What? Why? Why am I doing this?" But here's the kicker. Most celebs in Hollywood stay quiet out of fear Oprah might ice them out. Not 50 Cent, though. He's been fearless, dragging Oprah for years and refusing to play her game, honey. 50 Cent even once went as far as calling Oprah an Oreo, saying she's black on the outside, but fully rocking with the white perspective on the inside. This feud sparked when Oprah criticized 50 for his raw lyrics, claiming rappers like him push nothing but negativity into the culture. But 50 didn't stay quiet. He clapped back hard with those words, pointing out what he sees as Oprah's double standards. He argued that Oprah started out championing black women's voices, but over time she's catered so heavily to middle-aged white women that she practically became one herself.
And almost had to walk away from Color Purple. Yes, ma'am. Who said what? Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Because you know what? If I don't take a stand, how am I making it easy for Fantasia and Danielle and Hallie and Felicia? Then why am I doing?
Damn, and 50 isn't the only one who clocked this a long time ago. Rapper Ludacris also dragged her for being sneaky after she invited him on her show just to publicly embarrass him in front of millions watching at home. Back in 2005, Ludacris and his Crash co-stars pulled up on Oprah's show to promote the blockbuster movie. But instead of letting Luda speak on his role, Oprah blindsided him, calling him out for using the N-word in his music. The real shady part? Luda clapped back with some sharp words of his own, but viewers never got to see it because Oprah's team cut his response out, making it look like he just sat there quiet with nothing to say. And that's not the only time she pulled moves like this. Just a year later, Dave Chappelle went on Oprah's show to explain why he turned down that massive $50 million Comedy Central deal and why he bounced to Africa. But even that turned into another messy moment on her stage.
She had made about, I was there for a Crash for the movie. Yeah. And basically she said something about not agreeing with my music, but she thought I did great in the movie. And of course I was up there with the whole cast of Crash. Mm-hmm. And so I didn't necessarily feel like that needed to be said. You didn't agree with my music. And even if you don't agree with certain songs I made, say you don't agree with certain songs, don't say you just don't agree with all of my music.
Dave tried breaking it all down, saying those huge Hollywood checks always come with heavy strings attached. But Oprah wouldn't let it slide. She kept pressing him hard, trying to box him into admitting he had lost his mind. That's when Dave dropped even more shocking tea, revealing that people around him were pushing him to take antipsychotic meds. Instead of taking his words seriously, Oprah brushed it all off like it was nothing, repeating that Dave was just stressed and paranoid over and over again. And while this messy back and forth played out, Oprah was also getting dragged publicly for her cozy friendship with convicted predator Harvey Weinstein, making her image look even more questionable. Oprah and Harvey Weinstein were close for years, and she didn't even try to hide it. She acted proud of their bond. But when Weinstein's horrific crimes finally exploded into the headlines, multiple celebs came forward claiming Oprah had to know what was going on behind the scenes. Then it got even wilder. Sources from Weinstein's inner circle spilled that, when the first wave of allegations dropped, Oprah actually reached out to him directly with words of support.
She was able to say what she said, and then I had my rebuttal. And when I saw the final show, her comments were in there.
Right, was in there, but yours wasn't in there.
And mine weren't in there, so it just looked like I kind of...
According to one insider who talked to TMZ, Weinstein bragged that Oprah told him to step up and defend yourself, even promising to stand right by his side. And while plenty of powerful Hollywood players were making quiet calls to protect him, Weinstein allegedly singled out Oprah, treating her like his ultimate ride-or-die ally.
The point, it was like, all right, this is enough.
Yeah. Colleagues were quoted as saying that you had become increasingly paranoid. Would you say you were paranoid?
Sure. First of all, what is a black man without his paranoia intact? If you get, you might win $100 in a poker game and be on the subway. You're gonna look over your shoulder.
Oprah tried to brush off the backlash, but then big names like Rose McGowan and Seal came out blasting her, saying Oprah knew exactly what Weinstein was on from the very beginning and still protected him. Rose didn't hold back either, calling Oprah a lizard in a fiery tweet and accusing her of propping up a sick power structure just to keep her own influence strong. Then British singer Seal doubled down, dragging Oprah on Instagram with a throwback photo of her smiling next to Weinstein. His caption was savage. When you've been part of the problem for decades, but suddenly they all think you're the solution. He followed it with a brutal reminder, mocking her. Oh, I forgot, that's right. You heard the rumors but had no idea he was actually preying on young, starry-eyed actresses. My bad. Sanctimonious Hollywood.
They just said in everything I had $50 million. That's like making me a marked man.
So did you go to a psychiatric hospital?
In South Africa?
Yeah.
Who? Huh? Oh, yeah, that's right. I was so...
I'm only asking because I need to ask.
I gotta get people thinking, all right, who goes from America to...
And with that, fans started pointing out how Oprah's long history of tossing black artists aside while shielding real predators is nothing new, leaving 50 Cent looking like the one who saw through her game first. 50 Cent had been clocking Oprah's moves long before the rest of the world caught on. In a recent interview with The Guardian, he revisited their long-running feud and once again dragged her for trying to paint his music as ignorant trash. I got shot 9 times and I wrote music about it, 50 explained. Everybody writes from painful moments that connect in a big way. So you're saying we're not supposed to speak on it the way we lived it?
I was gonna leave, so I got ahead of schedule and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid, like, you know.
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful.
That clapback hit hard. Then, after Taraji P. Henson dropped her bombshell about nearly begging to get paid fairly on Oprah's remake of The Color Purple, which was amazing, by the way, 50 immediately showed love. He hopped on Instagram, posting a screenshot of an article about Taraji firing her entire team for failing to cash in on her empire success, and he didn't hold back in the caption. They dropped the ball, fun at him. Taraji, I'm ready to work. Let's get it. GLG, Greenlight Gang, G-Unit Film and TV. That energy proved once again he's not afraid to back the people Oprah leaves hanging. 50 Cent stepped up big when Monique felt betrayed by Oprah. After Monique went public accusing both Oprah and Tyler Perry of blackballing her just because she refused to do press work for free, 50 wasn't having it. He even confronted Tyler directly, but according to 50, Tyler tried to play dumb, acting like he had no clue what was going on. Meanwhile, Monique's career was taking heavy damage. But 50 didn't just talk about it. He put his money where his mouth was. He gave her a major role in season 2 of Black Mafia Family, BMF, a hit TV show produced by his G-Unit Films and Television. Fans have been giving 50 huge props ever since, praising him as one of the rare industry power players willing to call out Oprah and actually back it up with action. One fan dropped a comment under 50's post saying, "First Monique, now Taraji. How can anyone not respect 50? He's really out here standing strong for the black queens, for real, for real." Another person chimed in, "50, if you pull Taraji into one of your shows, that thing is gonna blow through the ceiling. I'm all the way here for it." Now I gotta ask you, do you want to see Taraji team up with 50 on one of his productions? And do you think 50's been right all along about Oprah and the way she moves in this industry? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this conversation is just getting hotter. And don't forget, smash that like button, hit subscribe, and stay locked in for even more jaw-dropping stories coming your way.